Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adenike Olakunle. So today I came with you with my bare face because I want you to get ready with me doing my face makeup, and I'll be talking about something interesting as I go on. I really don't do so much of makeup. I do the basic one. I'm not a contour, highlight, or all the, all of those. I'm not that type, but the little one that I've been doing on my face, I see people saying, "Oh, I love your makeup." And yes, I'm going to be showing you how to do them. I practically spend less than 30 minutes on my face, on my makeup. So if you like to know more, if it interests you, please keep watching. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, what exactly is stopping you? I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. Please subscribe to this channel now. So thank you. Let's get started. So I usually do my brow first, and I'll be doing that now. I'll just brush using the angle brush. I know by now everybody probably know what angle brush is. I have this Bobbi Brown angle brush, 2 in 1. Pencil first. I mean, there's no particular routine for me. I just go as the spirit leads. I mean, when it comes to the brow, it's still the biggest challenge. I said I'll be talking about something else. So what I'm going to be talking about today is about forgiving people who have hurt you in the past. And I've had my own fair share of hurts and abuse, and I've been able to forgive everyone that abused me in one way or the other. When I was growing up, my parents got separated. I had to go and live with my uncle in Ondo State. Along the line, I was just 6 years. I was between the age of 4 to 6. A lot happened to me because I was not living with my parent, and it wasn't a palatable experience because I was physically, emotionally, and psychologically and sexually abused. I mean, my uncle's wife would send me on errands that children shouldn't even go. I mean, going to fetch water at the river. Like I said, it was more like a village. Going to the stream to fetch water at the age of 4, 6. Going to the river to fetch water, going to shop to be selling stuff. It happened. The worst part of it was that they don't pay my school fee on time. So, and schools, they just send you home. If you have not paid your school fee, they just say, "Oh, you are owing school fee." They send you home. So one of those days, my school fee was not paid and I was sent home. So I got home. There was nobody at home. I was just there on my own. And it was all of these, maybe all these houses that they have several tenants in the house. And one of the tenants was a fashion designer, and they had a big fashion designing shop. Husband and wife, they are both fashion designers. So they had apprentices that come to their house to do things for them from so one of their apprentices came home. It's a guy, and he violated me. Well, if I see him, I probably can't recognize his face, to be honest. It was such a long time ago, and after that event, I haven't seen this person. I haven't seen this person. And at that time, it didn't look like an abuse to me. I didn't know what an abuse was. And, you know, I didn't tell anybody. It was, I can remember, it was painful, and I just went through it on my own. So I'm using e.l.f. Flawless Concealer. Back to the story. So like I said, it happened, and I just felt like something, was something traumatic happened, but I didn't know, I couldn't describe it. And because there was no such thing like sexual orientation or education at that time, and I didn't know, I couldn't really tell what was that. Okay, I look like Ojuju Calabar now. Blending puff, I'll just blend the excess. Right, as I was saying, I didn't tell anybody, because I didn't know that I was supposed to tell anyone. And even if I told them, what would they have done, because obviously they were not my parents, and we don't have that relationship that could make them go out of their way to do things for me, because they were verbally and physically abusing me, beating me like no man's business, But despite that fact, one thing that kept me going is that even though I was aware of all the abuse that my uncle's wife was, all the things she was doing to me, it didn't make me hate her, because some years later she passed away, and my mom had to take in our children. In fact, I was the one insisting that my mom should take the children, because I didn't want them to be separated from each other, because there are three, and people were suggesting that, oh, one person should take one of the children, another person should take another one, and then the three of them will now be living separately. I told my mom, no, I want them to live together so that they can have that siblings, bond and all of that. And me, it was just, at that time, it was just me and my immediate younger sister, and we just wanted them to come in. And when they came, I never treated them like the way their mom treated me. So I'm going to be using this Snapshot Ready foundation primer. It's oil-free Lacura. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know. I really don't know, because I can't see the face of my camera. So I'll just take like a really small amount, apply it to my face with my hand. Right, so it's all in now. Now the next thing is to go in with my eyeshadow. I'm not really an eyeshadow person, but I still try to do the nude one. So I have one old Huda Beauty, which I brought from Nigeria. I mean, I don't know if I should have thrown this away, but I still like it, because I don't do my makeup every day. I still have some of my makeup from Nigeria. So the first thing I'm going to do is to put a nude all neutral. It's just, you know, it blends so well with my skin. I like it. So yeah, you know, like I said, the children started living with us, and I don't treat them less than I'll treat my immediate younger um sisters. So, you know, like that. And it was years later when I started having my own, you know, I had a boyfriend, and I told him, oh, I was a virgin. I told him I was a virgin, and he said, oh, really? I mean, that was after my secondary school. I've finished my secondary school, and then I had a boyfriend, and I told him I was a virgin, and he said, oh, that's good. I would love to keep me, you know, like all of those, I don't know what to call it, but um were on. But one day he decided that he was not going to wait again. He wanted to have his way, and then after everything is all done, I just noticed that his mood was changed. His mood was changed, and he didn't say anything. I was not sure of what to think. I don't know. I didn't know what was going on. And then a few days later, he told me, he said, apparently you are not a virgin, or you were not a virgin. I said, what do you mean I was not a virgin? I mean, you are like my first boyfriend, and you are saying that I'm not a virgin? And then he said, well, it could either be any of these things. It could be that you were not born with an hymen, or you were abused at a point in time. And he asked me if I was ever abused at any point in time. And I said, what does an abuse mean? And then he explained to me what an abused mean. And that was when I realized that what I went through on that day as a child, a 6-year-old, was an abuse, you know. I didn't know whether to get angry, get mad, or get, you know, bitter, or I didn't know. I didn't know, you know. And I would say to you that I don't think it affected my self-esteem. If there is anything that affected my self-esteem, it was the fact that I I I didn't like my set of teeth. It was the self-esteem part was more of the body image, which was my teeth. My dentition was, you know. And when I was growing up, I had all these plagues inside on my teeth. I had plagues everywhere, you know. You know, when you were not well kept, no proper monitoring, because my mom was working jack of all trade, doing every single thing just to make sure that we were able to go to school. So most times she would keep us with neighbors. She would go for night duty, and you know how night duty is. She would go for night duty, and she would go for night duty, keep us with the neighbors. And you know how Nigeria night duty is. You go for night duty like 1 week, you do 1 week night duty, then you have another 1 week off. So between that, when she's on night duty, we stay with the neighbors. We would have gone to school before we come back in the morning. And then when we come back in the afternoon, she will be sleeping and getting ready to go for work again, you know, like that. So, and when she's on morning duty, she will try as much as possible to keep us, you know, clean, tidy, and all the hygiene needs will be attended to. But still, there were things that we were lacking, you know, like having to bath yourself as a child, you know, having to wash your teeth by yourself. How much can a child actually do? So it was more of the self-esteem part was more of a body image which I didn't like I didn't like my skin color, I didn't like my dentition, I didn't like the mark on my face which was given to me by my dad's one of my dad's friend when I was conversing as a child. So you know, all of those things that happened to me, I mean, I don't hold grudges against anybody. I can't remember saying to myself, I won't forgive this person, or this person I won't let go, you know, like that. Let's do some makeup. I'm going to go in with a shiny one. To be honest, I prefer a gold or um, bronze eyeshadow that we match, like, you know, it's my skin, not much of a difference. If you're not careful with the eyeshadow, you can mess up the whole thing and end up looking like a comedian, you know what I mean. We're done with the face, with the eyes, and then we go in with the concealer, my lovely Milani concealer. I've been using it since I came here. Of course, I don't do my makeup all the time, so I'm going to be using it with my e.l.f. foundation, because the Milani seemed to be now darker than my color. So I got a new foundation from e.l.f, but it's a bit light, so I'm going to be mixing the two of them together. When it comes to makeup, I really like to try things out on my own. You know, I just do what works for me. As I was saying, I was telling you about all the abuses, and then the worst of them all is the fact that my dad left my mom because my mom was having only female children, which is not her fault. I mean, is it not what God gives you that you take? When it comes to children, is it not God that gives children? So you know, because he's a Muslim, and Muslim in Islam you are allowed to marry more than one wife. Assuming he even married another wife and everybody stayed together, you know, like a proper polygamous home, it would probably be better. I don't know. We wouldn't see it as an offense, but he completely just left the house. He left the house, and um that was the end of it. And an attempt to get him back home, everyone said, oh, you are only giving birth. I remember when we went to my late grandmother, my paternal grandmother. We went to my hometown. My mom took us, me and my sister, to our hometown and said, it's been, you know, at that time I think it's been like 10 or 12 years, like 10 years that he's left home, and my mom was already getting drowned in the responsibilities, and she went there to just say that people should help her to appeal to my dad, you know, to come back home or just take responsibility for the children. And my paternal grandmother said, what is it that my mom should leave their son alone? No, that my mom is only having only female children, only female children, only female children, that my dad's father married up to 7 wives. Was there up to 7 wives? Nothing is wrong, but he neglected this woman and her children, you know. So that was, as if that was not enough. I mean, I can remember several days that we went to my dad's house in Lagos, and we would get there, my dad will say, We should go away, go away, go away, go away. Are you people here to pour charm on the floor? Ṣé wá dógun sílẹ̀ fún mi ni? Do you want to come and, like that? You just hear all these strange things. My dad would say that my mom is here to pour charm on the floor for him. And I grew up seeing that. I mean, not like my mom will sit us down and start telling us, your father is a bad person. There has never been a day that my mom sat us down to tell us, your father is a bad person. We could see it. We could see it. So, we saw all of those things, and we could make our own judgment from it. Done with the blending of this one. Now the next thing is to go in with the powder. Like I said, I'm not a contour person, but before I go in with the powder, I'll just do the under eye concealer part. Okay, so I'll just do the concealer again under my eye because I've got some eye bags. Like I said, I'm not a pro. I just do whatever works for me. I don't follow the routine. I don't follow the usual standard. So this is what works for me, and that's what I'm doing. The next thing I'm going to do is to put the banana baking powder, Morphe banana baking powder on my under the eye. And so when we were growing up, we saw that my mom was making all the effort possible. So when I was about to do my wedding, everybody said that you have to tell your father. I was reluctant, not because I've not forgiven him, but because there was no reason for me to call him. I mean, not like he was going to put anything down for the wedding, not like he would give us money, not like he would even pray. What kind of prayer? Does he even pray for himself? Do you get? So there was no relationship between us. So everyone kept on saying, if you are forgiving your father, you will call him, you will tell him, you will do this. Sometimes you might have forgiven them, but you don't have that relationship that warrants you calling them to check up on them, or you involving them in your life, because there's just no relationship, not because you haven't forgiven them. So it is okay to forgive them and still not involve them in your life. So eventually, I took my husband to be to him. We went there, and because my mom said she didn't want us to have any kind of issue with the family, so she wanted us to just go. I think she spoke with my husband to be. They both said, okay, let's just go. So we just went there. When we got there, he said, well, he doesn't have money. That he doesn't have money. That we should do the introduction and I should just go to my husband's house. So I was like, oh my God, who is asking you for money? Like, we're not even asking you for money. Who asked you? And everything like that went, and we had to buy him clothes, buy him shoes, buy him everything that he would use at the wedding. The funniest part is that he didn't come to church, and he was at the church premises. He didn't come to the church to take me in to the church. Like, guys, he was. I was rather shocked and surprised than angry. I wasn't really angry because as I did not see him, I was surprised that somebody we bought clothes for, bought shoe, bought everything, still did not show up in church. But maybe God answered my prayer, because I never wanted him to take my hand down the aisle, because I was like, why would he take my hand down the aisle? Because yeah, it was never present. So I wanted my mom to do it, but unfortunately, maybe culture, they don't allow moms taking down their children, their daughters, down, walking them down the aisle, during church, or maybe church services. I don't know whether it's church or whether they do it in the garden wedding as well. So that was it. And everyone said, forgive him. I have forgiven him, for Christ's sake. I have forgiven everyone that abused me. I can't remember. I'm not holding grudges against them. And one thing I realize is that whenever I look back at those abuses, God has given me reasons not to be angry with them. God has given me reasons not to hold on to the grudges, because their spaces was not vacant. There were no gaps. They were not able to create the gaps in my life. They were not able to stop the good things that should happen to me. Good things still happen to me regardless of the abuse. So I think the fact that I wasn't holding on to them, and not remembering them, not dwelling on them, and not holding it against anybody, was a tool that God used to facilitate healing and growth and development. My mind was opened, and I don't know old grudges. Maybe that is why God has, when God told Job that he should forgive his friends that offended him, forgive them, pray for them, and he would have everything he has lost in multiple folds. I think that is what happened in my life, at the point where I don't hold grudges with anybody that has done wrong thing to me. I think God has done things for me beyond my imagination. Let's dust off this the so what I just do is that I try to push it in. I try to push it in. I hope you are enjoying this video. If you are enjoying this video and what I'm talking about, please let me know in the comment section. It's my first time of doing this kind of video. I've always been glammed up before I talk about my anything, but I just thought to do it a different way today. I hope you like it. So like I said, another offense that I would remember is that when we were growing up and my mom was all alone on her own, she would run to family members to help her, to borrow her money or give her money so that she could pay our school fee. I remember going to people, and they will just give us the money that cannot even be enough to pay transport fare. you know so so we would just take it and leave, and the same set of people that will give us money that does not that can't even pay 1/10 of my school fee. The same set of people, they will do parties. They will pay for other people's party. Like somebody, maybe their neighbor is doing wedding, they will cook in their own house and serve people on behalf of their neighbor. Like, they do good for the strangers, they don't do good to the family, and they don't hide it. I could see it. But so when I was getting married, same thing happened. I went to tell one of my aunties that I was getting married, and then she just said, oh, thank God, congratulations, this is my auntie that could sponsor the whole wedding. They are that rich. They could sponsor the whole wedding. I mean, I've seen the way they have sponsored other people's events before. So I was hungry. I was angry because I wasn't given that treatment um of a family, or by a family. I wasn't given that treatment. But each time we ask for we try to get money from them, but beg them for money, and they don't give us. God usually come through one way or the other. So when people were saying, forgive them, forgive your auntie, don't hold it, I said, I'm not holding it against anybody, because their spaces were not vacant. God came through those moments when they didn't come through. So, assuming that their spaces were vacant, they didn't give me money, and I was not able to finish my school, I would say that I would be probably thinking, these people, they have money, they didn't give me, and I was unable to go to school. I was a dropout because of them, if like that. But it didn't happen that way. So there was really no reason for me to go through that, to be holding them, in my mind. So if you have gone through this kind of abuse, and you have been rejected, and things that are happened to you, and God still, one way or the other, you still have all the basic needs met, and God still came through for you when nobody came through for you, I think it is enough reason to let go of every grudges that you might be holding, and just let it go. If you are struggling with unforgiveness, you need to go for therapy. You need to go through what we call emotional freedom. There is emotional freedom and matrix reimprinting, where you will go into your past, make peace with those past one after the other, and start putting new things into your mind, into your spirit and soul, where you'll be able to get healing. If you need further help, if you are dealing with unforgiveness, you need to speak to a therapist. It is not a good place to be. If you are holding on to unforgiveness, apart from the fact that you are not holding the other person because they are just living their life, they probably don't even know that you are angry with them, you are doing yourself a disservice, because you are going to be hurting yourself more. You are going to be keeping yourself in bondage, and you need that deliverance. So you need to if you are a spiritual person, you need to go to God in the place of prayer, and ask God to give you the strength to let go of everything that they have done to you that you don't like. You need to go to God in prayer. Ask God. I believe strongly that God can help you to deal with unforgiveness. God can bring you that peace that your mind is craving for. And I strongly believe that you need to go for a therapy, because therapy will not only open your mind to see the reason why you should forgive them, but it will also give you tools and equipment, or techniques that you can use in the future. Let's go on before it turns to a preaching. Right, so yes, this is what we have done so far. What I will usually do at this time is that I will go on with my finishing powder. I usually use Milani powder, but since I got here, I've not been able to get one, so I got this e.l.f powder, and it's really nice. So I'll just go in with the powder and push it in. I think for me, I was able to let go because the spaces were not vacant in my life. God came through for me, and I don't take that for granted. If God could come through for me, it means that maybe my help was not in their hand. And for the person that abused me, when I see them now, I feel like their life is not better than me, because I see some of them struggling with life, struggling to get ahead, and me that the abused, God has taken me from the miry clay to, a place of peace and prosperity. I've not arrived, but I'm not where I used to be. And I know if you are better than someone in all ramification, spiritually, physically, mentally, you are in a better place, So God has given them reward of their deeds. I believe God has repaid everyone that's molested and cheated me. I believe strongly. I strongly believe. So, when you realize that God is a fighter, God fights for his own, and he said, vengeance is mine. He said, I come quickly and I will reward everyone according to their works and deeds. So I believe that God has rewarded them, right? Good measures, pressed and shaken together. So I'm going in with my e.l.f. No Budge Retractable Eyeliner. It's a black one. So I'll go in with my Lacura liquid eyeliner for the upper parts. I like it so much. Can you see it? Because I really can't see the face of my recording. That's done. So while this is drying up, I'll just go in with my lipstick. So as I was saying, Oni, there's one Yoruba song that says that Ayopeyo. So if despite everything that anybody has done to you, you still have a reason to be thankful to God, you need to let go of whoever you are holding in captive in your mind, so that you'll be free and they will be free. Does it look like it already? Yes, I think so. Sometimes I leave it matte, sometimes I put some gloss on. I think I'll leave it matte for now. So we put some. I rarely use false lashes, so I try to invest in good mascara. What do you think already? Should make sense. The things that happen to you have not happened to you. Would you still be alive? Or if God permitted all those things to happen to you, do you think he's wicked? Sometimes it will look like God is wicked and is not for you, is against you, things are not working your way, he allowed the abuse. See, sometimes God allowed those abuses because he wants to use those mess, to give you a message. Now I can talk about it because I have gone through it. If I haven't gone through it, I have no idea and I'm not qualified to talk about it. I'm just putting some shining, bronzer, or what do they call it, or highlighter or whatever. They say we should smile when we are doing it, so that it will be on the cheekbone. Do I have a cheekbone? I'm not sure. Not quite sure. One more bullshit. I don't know what you think, but more than sha. I don't know what you think. But mudu. You know when you are sweet, you don't need anybody to validate that one. Right. Time to rule your world. That's that is it. So sometimes I just put the spray, setting spray, which is I'm using Lacura setting spray. So the next thing is to remove the head wrap. We need to blend it so that everywhere will be in sync. Ta-da! I can decide to leave my hair this way because I'm not wearing a wig, but let's just give it a little spark. So that is it on today's episode of Get Ready with Me. And if you have anything you want us to talk about, if you want to onboarding, if you need that one person that you can lean on, you know, to talk about the abuse or maltreatment in any form, you can reach out to me on any of my social media platform. I'll be happy to help. Don't worry, I'm not going to charge you for it. It is what God has led me to do. So you can reach out to me and I'll be happy to help. If you enjoy this video, please let me know by telling me what you like about this video in the comment section. If you think that there is something I need to improve on, don't tell me about my eyebrows because I know and I'm trying so hard. So tell me about something else that I need to improve on the makeup, and I'll be glad to, you know, work on it. So tell me about them in the comment section. And if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please subscribe to this channel. I'm begging you, let's get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get to the 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. I'll see you in my next video.